Yes. Uh-huh. Just looking through the last name Budnick. Yes. Uh-huh. There was a Robert Budnick. Yes. He was married twice. Oh. Then his wife. Yes. And then there was Sandra L. Condit. Right. 1979 married Paul D. Budnick. Yes. My actual biological father. Yes. Now, there's not a lot of Budnicks, okay? But for some reason, I got two divorces, and they all got one. Pooh. Heidi L. Griggs. Yes. Now, I would say that you intentionally did this. And while I'm having you depositioned, right, what's the probable cause arrest of the individual that has access to right now? Law enforcement doesn't want to enforce the laws. You just don't want to do it. You don't want to arrest your own family. You can buy anything you want, Clallam County. You can corrupt any court. Why don't you arrest Mark Nichols and Mr. Hawes? Oh, Jack Range? Oh, and Mr. Roberts? Pooch. In fact, why don't you arrest all the prosecuting attorneys? Miss Cochran? Now, how can you have a probable cause arrest when I wasn't in the city? Why is it that you would have had me on trial with because you didn't want to admit the evidence that I was innocent? Why would you obligate me to mental health evaluations when you know I didn't commit the crime? Oh, why would you have two disillusions of marriage? It's not an accident. You intentionally did this. Your thought was that I could pay twice as much child support. And then the state would say, well, we're sorry, Mr. Budnick, you're crazy. You're delusional to think that you're getting multiple notices of child support because the state of Washington, isn't that what you say? I'm delusional for knowing I wasn't in Brennan, Washington. I'm delusional for telling you that these are forgeries. Yes. I'm delusional for understanding that when you don't give notice to the respondent, you did not do what your duty is as a judge, Brent, and your duty is to inform the respondent of the conditions of the protection order. Any respondent that appears in court because you gave them notice and opportunity, it is your obligation and duty as a judge in any court of the United States to inform them of what the protection order says. Now, I wasn't going to do, and I did not do, your mental health evaluations. Now, you should have, yes, had jurisdiction of law to be able to issue a protection order, and then you should have told me what it is that you wanted me to do. But when you just put mental health evaluation, Brent, you're going to prison, and I'm suing this fucking governor right now because they just won't do what they had sworn. Now, I got two disillusions of marriage. That means I can be tried twice for not paying child support? Yes. That means I can go to jail or prison for twice as long? Yes. That means that you can do what? Well, you decided that you're going to fuck up my life. That's what you decided. Judge Ken Williams decided that he would not remove the dissolution of marriage. You decided that you would not contempt my wife as Heidi Lee Hodges. Yes. You decided that I would not get notice of court hearings. You decided to kidnap and abduct my son so that they're in the wrong grades. You decided right now. You decided that you were going to maliciously harass me for the rest of my fucking life. Now these laws, oh, did you decide? Aren't you the ones that have been deciding? Ooh. You know, I'm going to want to use the judicial system of the United States and the international courts of law that would make it disappearance of citizens for the false allegation of crime because there was no probable cause that had committed any cyber stalking or any violating of the restraint provisions of the protection order because I had informed the police department